Hi flower friends, it's Nicole from Flower Hill Farm, and every time I bring these to the market, everyone goes crazy and asks me how I got miniature sunflowers. So I thought I'd share with you guys really quickly. It's something that I learned from Lisa Mason Ziegler from the Gardener's Workshop in Virginia. Now these are pro cut, believe it or not, they're pro cut sunflowers, and they're only growing to be about 3 inches wide. The reason that they're growing so small is because I planted them very close together. Now I planted these seeds about 2 inches apart. 2 inches apart will grow these cute little babies right here. They're so cute. They are the perfect size for bouquets. Now you could get them a little bit bigger by planting them a little bit further apart. That's basically how sunflowers grow. They will grow to the size that you give them. But for me, this is absolutely perfect for bouquets. So let's head to the field and see how I have these planted. Wow, so many gorgeous dahlias, honestly. But that's not why I'm here. It's Sunflower Week. Okay, these guys just opened up yesterday. I was gonna come down here last night and get these, but it was really dark and I wanted to show you guys on video just the cute, adorable sunflowers. These are all the pro cut. They are going to my customers today. Notice this is very normal to get on sunflowers. I strip all of the leaves. This is, you cut them kind of when they're just starting to open. I actually have cut them, let's see, moving on down the line. Okay, so here's a good example. I cut them like this too, and they will all open up, but these are kind of perfect. We're gonna open, these ones have the yellow center. These are the Pro Cut Gold. These are one of my favorites. However, these are, I believe they're Pro Cut Horizon. They have a front facing, like a top facing stem. So they're not gonna be facing a weird way in the bouquet. They kind of are upright. So they're Pro Cut Horizon. They look towards the sky, which is perfect for making bouquets. So this week, my CSA members are going to get a mixture of cinnamon basil, a ton of these sunflowers, and status, and they're gorgeous bouquets. We're going to put them together. Okay, let me grab these. You guys see how close the stems are down here? Yeah, this is how close I plant the seeds, and I do this by hand. They're about 2 to 4 inches apart. Okay, I think this is enough. I left probably another bucket full down here that I'll come back and get later, but I am on a time crunch because I have to deliver these babies very soon. Through the fence this morning, I just noticed that my Arabian Night patch is kind of insane, so guess what? We're adding ingredients today to the bouquets. We're adding Arabian Nights. Okay, now we're on my porch and I have all the ingredients for today's bouquets. I have to actually look at my piece of paper, see how many I have to make today. But I wanted to actually show you guys, it's been a long time since I've had a bucket of one variety of dahlias, and this is an entire bucket of Arabian Nights. I just love them so much. I think I'm gonna take this down and do a little photo shoot with it before I start to make the bouquets, because something like this screams calendar to me, and I want to make sure that I get this on camera before they're separated. And then I have a couple of other short stems that I grabbed. Oh, look at this one. This is Gertie Hoke. Gertie's so good. And then I just cut some short stems, guys. The cafe au laits are starting. Look at the perfection that is cafe au lait. I've got 3 stems right here. Oh. 3 stems of cafe au lait. They're gorgeous, but I don't really want to incorporate them into today's bouquets. They're not tall enough, so they'll just be bonuses. And look at this beauty. Okay, the accuracy. This is called Bouquet, and it is, it's not even showing up properly on camera. Let me see if I can get, okay, that's much better. Okay, that is Bouquet. It's a pale yellow that fades into this gorgeous, almost cantaloupe color. It's gorgeous. It's the first, I cut 2. I don't know where the other one went. It fell along the way. But anyway, this is Bouquet. Boccherel. Bouquet. Gorgeous. Okay, so those are the things. Let's see if the cafes are any different looking. Okay, so yeah, that's more. Okay, so this lighting is better for the Betty. I'm watching Ugly Betty. I'm sorry. This lighting is better for the cafes as well. This is a more accurate description of the cafe au laits. They're a dinner plate dahlia. They are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, dinner plate dahlias. You know, it's kind of one of those things that you grow for show. You grow for show because I don't really think that they have a fantastic face life, but they do attract people to your booth if you are at the farmer's market. Okay, so ingredients for today's quick bouquet making sesh. We've got Arabian Night dahlias. I've got this entire bucket of cinnamon basil. It's so good. And then I have the bucket of sunflowers that I just harvested. So everyone's probably gonna get maybe 8 of these sunflowers in the bouquet today with a couple dahlias and then some cinnamon basil to just make it amazing. I was planning on using Status in the bouquets today, but that was before I had an entire bucket of Arabian Night. So we're gonna see. I do have some Status over there and I have some Snapdragons. So we'll see after I get going what I wanna actually make this thing happen. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly take the camera off the tripod and do a little photo sesh with these babies. Okay, I just wanna show you how this backlighting, I normally don't love backlighting. However, I am really loving it in this setting. It almost looks like fog in the background. So I'm going to take this bucket right now. I have it in the back of the Kubota because that gives my nice blurry background. However, I don't know what I'm going to... that's gorgeous right there. We're going to see. I'm going to play around and see what I like best. Okay, so now this is closer to the ground, so it's not backlit, so more of a true color shows up for the Arabian Nights, but I don't like the grass. I need to get it further off the ground while still maintaining the darkness because I don't like grass. I like it to be blurry in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and find something to put this on to make it off the ground. I have a 5-gallon bucket somewhere. Where is it? Okay, so now the background's a little bit more blurry because I've got it up off the ground. Cutting my head off. All right, I have my bouquet ingredients here. I actually have to make 10 bouquets this morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold 10 pieces of paper so that they're ready, so that I don't have to struggle with folding the paper every time. Ten pieces of paper. Here's a little stack of rubber bands I'm gonna get out right there. And I can actually put this bucket down here. Don't mind my mess. I have a messy porch. Oh, these are tomatoes that I've been harvesting. So not a tomato video, but I'm very excited with some of the tomatoes that I've been pulling. I have been harvesting them at blush because I have mice in the field mice. I grow in a field, and the mice, if they start to ripen and get like halfway ripe, the mice will start eating them. So I have to harvest them at first blush and let them ripen on the table. There is no difference in flavor. I can guarantee you if you start pulling at first blush, they're amazing. I've been doing it all year, and the tomato sandwiches that I've been eating, in fact, I have tomatoes that I'm gonna make sandwiches with for lunch today. Probably right before I make this delivery, I'm gonna mow down a sandwich. Okay, so there's my bucket for the bouquets when they're done. Well, a couple of them anyway. I'm gonna need more than just that. And here is this, so I'm gonna go ahead and start. So I'm just gonna grab a handful of sunflowers, and I'm gonna make sure that all the leaves that are left on them are not bug damaged or have any of those fungal spots. So I'm gonna start, this is 5. I'm gonna start with 5. I'm gonna grab a couple of the Arabian Nights. I'm gonna go with, I think I'm gonna go with 3 stems per bouquet today with the Arabian Night. Already, that's just a fantastic beast in itself. Okay, so now I'm gonna just make sure the dahlias are stripped. Again, any leaves that are gonna be in your vase of water need to be stripped so that it lasts longer in the bouquet for you and the leaves don't start to deteriorate in the agua. Okay, oof. This color combo today, I already know that this is gonna be one of my favorite bouquets of the season. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we started with that. I'm gonna spread the sunflowers around, and I'm gonna add a couple more. Yep. Okay, so this is basically 10 sunflowers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I said 8. So let's make it 8 sunflowers, 3 dahlias, and there are 4 stems of basil. Let's see what happens when I do put a little bit of status in it. Yeah. Little sprig of status. Another little sprig of status. Yeah. So that's a nice soccer ball sized bouquet. I like it. I'm gonna add another couple more cinnamons. I have extra cinnamon this week, so everybody's getting loaded up with that. Okay, I love it. Making the trim. Usually I have a bucket for this. I don't have one right now, so it's gonna stay on the table and then I'll just toss it over the side and my husband can mow it when he mows the lawn. Okay, pulling up one of these. Oh, wow, okay. Yep, stapler. Okay. So this is basically how they're all going to look. I'm gonna go ahead and speed things up. I think I actually prefer it without the status. I think I'm just gonna keep the status out. It's a little distracting. I'll leave it in that one, but the rest of them are just gonna get extra cinnamon basil, and we're just gonna leave the status out. I prefer it that way. No! Okay, the stapler needs to stay on my papers. A lot of times I actually haven't been doing my regular, like last year I did the CSA bouquets every week and I made them with you guys. Part of the reason I didn't do that this year is because I started trying to make my bouquets a little bit more efficiently, which means it's not as interesting to watch. However, perhaps you guys would learn something from it. I was setting up kind of like an assembly line, so it wasn't interesting and it wasn't as interactive as it is when I make the bouquets when everything's different, where I would literally set it up like an assembly line and just put like 3 snapdragons, 3 of this, 3 tulips, or probably 8 tulips, 3 daffodils, whatever it was. And that was just more efficient for me, especially during the height of nursery season. And that was part of the reason why I didn't make the bouquet videos, is because look how dark this one is. This Arabian Night is basically like black compared to like that one. Like this is amazing. Okay, gotta get it in there. Okay, so this is basically how it is when it's just the Arabian Nights, the sunflowers, and the purple basil. I just prefer that this week. So nothing against my status. My status knows that I love it. However, I just prefer this week. Last week's basil that I cut is rooting in the jar. So I'm using the fresh stuff that I cut yesterday. And people have been asking me if they can use quick dip. I showed some quick dip in a video earlier this week, and you can basically use quick dip on most things. I'm not gonna say everything, but most things like basil, dahlias, you can absolutely use quick dip to extend the base life and to like even have things bounce back. In that video that I posted the other day, you don't really see it in the video because it's sped up, but I actually took a 9-bark stem that had wilted cut it again, put it in not Nine Bark, sorry. It was Mahogany Splendor Hibiscus. I clipped it, put it in the quick dip, put it back in fresh water, and it bounced back. And I always, like, Mahogany Splendor Hibiscus is another one that would look gorgeous in this bouquet, but also that I have trouble with wilting. So that's really good to know that the quick dip made the Mahogany Splendor Hibiscus bounce back. Okay, 3 down, 7 to go. Oh, as I was saying, the basil from last week was rooting in the vase. So you can let your customers know that if they'd like to keep the basil, it probably will root in the vase, and then they can use it. I mean, people use cinnamon basil. It's edible, so delicious. Okay, add in these dahlias. 1. Okay, so I could do a little example right now of the assembly line. I've done it in videos before. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if I have enough space right here. 7, 8. So I know I'm doing 8 sunflowers per bunch. I just popped the top off in my haste. I hope I have enough. If not, I'm going back down into the field. I just popped it off. So now I have 3 where I would just pick it up, very quickly arrange it, because 99% of the time the bouquet recipient undoes the rubber band and makes their own arrangement in their own vase. So it's, you know, not necessary, but I like them to look pretty anyway. So a very quick arrangement. It's not like a bridal bouquet that's going to be staying exactly in place wherever you put it. However, height does matter. I want things to be in the right place height-wise. Oh, these are gorgeous. These sunflowers just make me so happy. Might have to go down and get some more sunflowers. Let's see. Let me move the papers out of the way again. We have just enough of a couple extra. I had some over in another bucket that I cut yesterday. So there's that. And look, we have literally like the perfect amount of cinnamon basil. And I think we're gonna have even a couple extra dahlias. Wow, okay. So I'm gonna put the dahlias in afterwards on these ones. See, with just 3 ingredients, you can make a magnificent bunch of bouquets. I have yet to have a successful sunflower year. This is my first week with sunflowers. That's not okay. Not for a flower farmer. To not have sunflowers until mid-August is awful, because I could be making these and selling these from mid-June on. So if I get the stuff in the, like maybe if I do the first round in the hoop house or something, but yeah, this is awfully late to be starting with the bouquets from the field. It's not cool. Okay, so we have got, I have 2 extra dahlias. Maybe I'll make my mom a bouquet and bring it to her. She's on the route. Okay, We wrap these babies, and then we're good to go. I'm gonna move that basil over here. I'm actually gonna let it out. Boy, I'm gonna need multiple buckets. Okay, let me double count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was quick, that was easy. That makes me happy. Let me get an overhead shot of all of the finished bouquets. Okay, here are the bouquets in the buckets. I'm gonna load up the car, and I am going to make my delivery in my compression socks and bog boots. Thanks guys for sticking around. We'll see you soon. Hey, my eyes are up here.